In this video, I'm going to tell you how to make FU money with decentralized finance, primarily DeFi with cryptocurrency. And if you're familiar to that term, don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you. Because really getting results with decentralized finance or DeFi, e.g. getting passive income on your coins and or accumulate more coins for this 2025 bull run that we should, and I think we will be in, we really need to understand how to do that. And there's three things that I'm going to break down that unlock the key to getting this on autopilot, because if you get one of those keys wrong, unfortunately, most people do, and they completely get DeFi completely backwards. So in this video, I'm going to break this down, and I think this is going to be super, super valuable. It's basically going to be a cheat sheet guide. If you are new to DeFi and you want to get more coins and you want to get passive income in this bull run, this video is going to be for you. So ideally, your goal is to get results like this, okay? You get more coins, you get more fees. We've got a guy here called Brock, I've mentioned a couple of times on this channel. He's making 4K per week on Ethereum and XRP, and that's about 16K per month. We've got one of our bigger guys here on one of his pools, Grant, making almost $4,000 per day, which is pretty crazy on some Bitcoin pools, some Ethereum pools, some XRP pools, and many other. We've got one of my classics, Brent Ethereum pool, doing about 50K collectively, total lifetime. And here's Grant's biggest pool that we'll all break down in a second. So that's just to show you that we know what we're doing. But how can you get these similar results? But before I tell you how to do this, what I typically like to do when I look at doing something, okay, if that's investing in cryptocurrency, go to the gym, whatever you're trying to do, is to do what to do, or to understand what to do, is very good to understand what not to do, because a simple term or a simple analogy in the real world, if you can do the opposite, okay, if you can understand what not to do, and you can understand that, you can just do the opposite. E.g., if you're trying to build a good physique, getting good health, whatever, well, the wrong thing to do would be to not go to the gym, to eat shitty food, and to barely sleep. So if you reverse engineer that, go to the gym as much as possible, progressively overload, eat clean food, and get at least 7 to 8 hours, and you take what not to do and what to do. So we're going to break this down in terms of DeFi, so why you guys are here, and let's get this in. So the first thing, a lot of people chase shitty yields on coins that they don't like, okay? Short term, this can work absolutely fine. But long term, what I've established in myself and many other clients, and just people I speak to in decentralized finance space, it's a very bad strategy long term, especially in a bull run, because you can come on VFAT, a platform I'll break down later on this video, and you can look at, well, this pool's paying 10,000% APR, that's crazy, 5,000, 3,000. The problem is, do you know what CL1 is? Do you know what OIK is? Do you know what this coin is? Do you know what this coin is? Do you know what this coin is? Probably not, and you probably don't have them in this bull run. So a lot of people buy fresh of these coins with their fresh capital, and it might work well for a week. Coins constantly going down, there's no amount of APY that can pay you, even if it's 1,000,000% and the coin goes down 99%, you're still not going to get ahead this way. So ideally, would you do the opposite of this? Well, you buy good coins with good yields, hit your goals, and that would be doing the opposite of chasing APYs on coins that provide no value. The second thing we're not going to do is we're not going to look at stuff with low TVL. So TVL means total value locked, which is how much money is locked up in a pool. Ideally, bare minimum, my minimum beta standards before I go heavy, especially heavy into pool, is $100,000 to 500K. And beyond that, that's almost guaranteed safety. So you can look at some of these shitty little coins that we just spoke before. And again, some of them might do well and you can get lucky here, but in my opinion, if you're building a decentralized portfolio, this is to print cash flow to maybe have speculative plays in the backside of this. So you can see TVL here, 6,000, 42K, 43K. Again, collectively, this is quite a lot of money, but individually, like $4,000, $8,000, would you like to put your money in here? There's only $8,000, $4,000 in the whole fucking world of cryptocurrency. Probably not, right? And you can get, enticed by these 2,000% APYs, but in my opinion, what I've seen and what I know is a very bad strategy, okay? So by this, and literally do the opposite of what to do. And that would be to obviously have good solid coins that you believe in. You probably have cryptocurrency coins you believe in for this bull run. If you don't worry, we're going to talk about that. And you would like to accumulate more of, okay? That's the whole goal of these pools. Example, Brock's pool, Ethereum and XRP, well, he already had those coins, and he was like, well, I can hold them, that's absolutely fantastic. Well, I can put them to work and get more of them to write up more of this 2025 bull run to then sell for a better dollar value. And the second thing is basically what we talked about, higher TVL that pays still good on fees, because also you don't want, high TVL, but it's only paying you 1% per year. You can get that probably in your bank account in the USA, UK, wherever you are. So you want something that makes sense, right? Ideally above 10%. We try to shoot for more of our altcoin positions, about 10% per month, which is pretty effing crazy. And there's a lot of pools that you can do this on pretty much risk-free, if you know what you're doing. And don't worry, we'll talk about that. Because if we can do this, combined with all the other stuff that we're going to talk about, plus our bull run bags, we get the best of both worlds. Again, I've shared this guy before, Jack, in 5 weeks, He made 6K and he bought a 3-man sauna he always wanted. And Oliver, one of the funny stories I have, he bought a Range Rover with a Bitcoin pool. Pretty effing crazy. And this wasn't chasing yields, it wasn't chasing shitcoins, it was doing what we were going to talk about in this video. So again, with me personally, I'll give you a story. I just arrived in Phuket here. It's a little bit dark here because I wanted to lock in this room and give you this video as value. And I just came here with my boys. So here's Dean, here's me, guy behind the camera is called Ram, and here's Ryan. We just arrived in Phuket, we went to the Elephant Place yesterday. It was kind of cool. And this was all possible because of DeFi. My pool was pretty much paid for this trip by itself. The villa paid for the week, the bikes were paid for, the food's paid for, the flights were paid for. Instead of diving into my cash, which I could do, right? I could absolutely do this, but worse, would have to sell my bull run bags for this 2025 bull run. Well, basically, I just used fees that I would have printed this week to pay for this trip. And I actually became profitable as well because my fees are paying more from this villa. It's pretty effing crazy. And I've got a little video here if you want to check it out. This villa is pretty effing cool, man. You can do a lot in Phuket for, not a lot of money. It's a pretty nice pad, okay? And this is all possible because of DeFi. Ideally, I don't want to sell my coins for this bull run, right? So again, a spontaneous plug here. If you want to learn what Brock and other Grant guys are doing, you can check out this. I'm not going to hard sell you in this. Okay, I do take these calls personally myself. You can book an absolute free call. You can check it out if you want. I just wanted to give you a plug there because hopefully I gave you some value so far. But let's go a little bit further. And to understand how this really works, in 2021, okay, you're familiar with the 4-year cycles. 2013 was the kind of first one. 2017, 2021, I really got invested in crypto in 2020. And primarily, you're probably here for 2025 bull run. And I was kind of stuck because I was waiting for price predictions. Now, I'm still going to look at this for my bull run bags, but for my DeFi bills, it doesn't really matter, okay? So in 2021, this was me. I was just sitting here waiting for, I'll sell when Bitcoin hits 100K. It didn't happen. We got to 69K, rid it all the way fucking down. Okay, I was like, I'll sell Ethereum when I'm hit $10,000. Pretty much got halfway. Guess what happened? Rid it all the way down. H-bar, pretty much got halfway. Didn't hit the $1. Rid it all the way back down. XRP was an easy $5 coin, right? Well, no, didn't happen. Rid it all the way back down. And guess what? None of this happened. All my bull run portfolio was wasted, and I completely wasted 4 years of my life. 950K pretty much evaporated so fast in 2022's bear market. It was rough. It was embarrassing. I couldn't even leave the house in shame. So, real quick story. I remember, in November, December, when we were kind of approaching the peaks, although I didn't know at the time, I still thought we were going to hit another 2x on most of my altcoins, especially Bitcoin's price. And then my first bear market arrived, and what happened was, well, didn't know what to do. Thought we're just got another dip before the next all-time high. Well, that was the last dip before it really dipped, and we pretty much went back to bear market territory. And that was my caveat. I didn't really understand bull markets and bear cycles, but I'm glad I had to go through that because now I have an experience for this 2025 bull run. But I couldn't even tell my mum. I remember my mum thought I did so well. I cashed all my crypto, literally lived in a hotel for a month. Girlfriend was like, oh, speak to me, speak to me, speak to me. Couldn't speak to anybody, man, because I was so full of shame, making $950,000 on paper, not having the authority or just like being too cocky to cash this out because cryptocurrency was easy. Cryptocurrency is easy in the bull market. It's easy to press the buy button. It's hard to press that sell button because you always want more. So hopefully when you apply this DeFi strategy to your own bull run bag, you don't need to worry about this as much, although you still want to sell, but accumulate more coins, man. It will save you chasing price predictions that are probably out of reach. So here's what you need to understand. This is the key, and I'm going to give you this key to unlock this box. Ideally, there's 3 doors we need to understand, and once you can unlock this, you will never have to worry. That's my promise to you. You'll never have to worry about price predictions again, probably money again if you follow this guide, and probably just you'll be set up. So the first key, we need to understand what coins will do well in this bull run. Now, again, my coins might be different than yours. Your coins are probably going to be different than your best mates. We all have our favorite coins that we like, right? If that's Sui, if that's XRP, if that's HBAR, Bitcoin, Pepe, Brett, whatever coins you like. If we can unlock this and get more of them, we'll do super, super well. We also need to understand safe platforms, right? Because a lot of sketchy platforms, people get rugged all the time. I'm going to give you guaranteed platforms that I use personally, most of my guys use, that we don't have to chase stupid platforms that are promising us 1,000, 2,000, 10,000% APY. We don't need that. It's not worth the risk, what I've seen. And also, the third door, APYs actually make a difference because again, 1 to 10% per year is nice, but in my opinion, 5 to 10% per month is the bare minimum on solid altcoins. Okay, so if we can understand this and we can unlock this, we get a beautiful bull run with more coins for free. That's the goal. Passive cash flow. You can leave the job if you want to. Understanding how the big money make money in cryptocurrency. Okay, a lot of people don't understand. The big players are using this all the time, and they have been for years. We can lose the fear of constantly worrying about getting in and getting out of our coins, e.g. price predictions. And most importantly, unlock the freedom door, giving you back your life and freedom, probably time, because that's my goal here. I want to unlock this big, shiny golden door, okay, to break free. If that's from your job, if that's to live in Phuket or travel the world, to fire your boss because he's always nagging you. This is one of the biggest things I had to deal in the last bull run, was getting rid of this boss, man, because he was constantly on my back, constantly living in stress. 9 to 5 was really a 7 to 7 for me, okay? By the time I woke up, got to my job, packed up, got home, showered, it was really like a 7 till 7. You know, if you're in credit card debt, let's get rid of that. If you're in your overdraft, let's get rid of that. If you can't give your family the life they want and deserve for Christmas, whatever, let's get rid of that, and let's get you printing like Brock and many other guys that I've managed personally on the side. And the good news is I'm going to give you this all you need to do is click the buttons for you. That's all you need to do, pretty much do. If you understand that, you're going to unlock the keys to that golden door. Now your first key is understanding that the first door is having coins positioned for the bull run that you already would be holding and use them to print more. So just like we talked about with Brock, okay? Brock had Ethereum, XRP, he's obviously got some other coins. If you don't have these, I'm not telling you to buy these coins. Ideally, you should have a portfolio of coins that you're looking into. Well, Brock, we found this pool in VFAT, which is CB, BTC, CB, XRP, and Ethereum, right? So he's running a lot of these pools. I don't know why I went dark there, but ignore that. And he's basically printing, like I said, 16K per month, 4K per week off just this one simple pool. In fact, two of these pools here. Okay, super safe, high TVL, solid assets. He ticks a lot of the boxes that we need to tick off before we decide to invest in a coin. And again, he's currently printing 4K per week, 16K per month. And the kicker here is, and this is where it gets crazy, Ethereum's probably going to go to 2x this bull run, if not 8K, whatever. XRP is probably going to do $10, maybe $12, maybe 15 to 35x. So that's 16K per month. I don't want to get ahead of everybody here, and especially Brock. I want to keep his mind in check when we're managing his pools. Well, that 16K per month at 3 to 5x is almost like 60K to 80K per month at peak runs prices, not including him compounding the coins every single day that he is. It's pretty effing crazy. Or another example is Jesse. He's making about $500 to $1,000 a day on Turbo Finance, which is SUI. Okay, SUI's a solid coin, we all like it. Again, there's a lot of other pools here where we can go 1,000% APY, but what is IKEA? I don't know, you probably don't know either. So would you chase this? A lot of people do, but that is not the strategy. He's just in SUI USDC. Absolutely fantastic. You can see here, 30K and only 2 pools, 1K a day, living the American dream. So happy for this guy. And again, it's a solid blue chip that he already had anyways before the bull run. So that is key number one. You've unlocked this, you understand what coins you like, you understand what APYs, etc. That's the step one. Again, we need to talk about step 2 and step 3 to unlock that golden door, because step 1 is not going to save you. Let's talk about unlocking the second door before we unlock the golden door and putting this all together. But again, we always like to do this in reverse. How would we not unlock the second door by doing this backwards? So how would we get the wrong key for the second door? We're not familiar with this coin, and this, I guess you could say, influencer now. He had a coin called Final Boss, which did well for like a week, 5 days, whatever, but now it's pretty much down to zero, okay? This pool was paying 2 to 4% per day, which sounds great on paper, but the issue was people were chasing high yields, which are often short-lived, e.g. 5 to 7 days, plus if a coin is down 92% since launch, you simply can't keep up with the drop in price. Now you can see here, I found this pool on Orica, the fees now are absolutely terrible because pretty much everybody's cashed out. I mean, TVL $47, not going to be interesting, but if you look at this coin at the peak, it was TVL 50K, 100K per day on all the guys that were locking up here. But it was short-lived and it pretty much didn't matter because the coin is pretty much now worthless and the fees have all been dried up. So this is not what you want to do, although it can seem good at the time that you found a winner, okay? And it's very, very hard to ride these coins for 5 to 7 days. In my opinion, we're trying to ride 5 to 7 months, if not longer, if not a little bit shorter, not 5 to 7 days, okay? So to unlock the second door, we don't chase yields. We don't look for coins that pay enough to satisfy us and only coins we would hold anyways. Very, very important. So make sure you understand the difference between this and coins that you like. XRP, Ethereum, SUI, Bitcoin, whatever. Very, very important. Now your third door is probably the most important, okay? Because you can do step 1, step 2 correctly, and that is safety. If you don't get safety right, it doesn't matter. You can make so much money, 10K, 20K, 30K per month, but if you don't understand safety, there's no point to making a bunch of these, printing coins, to then wake up one day on your sketchy platform, e.g. your door is now broken, and your bull run is over. Badger DAO was a big hack in 2021. I think users lost over $120 million. Look at the coin, it's now worthless, right? Very, very important that you understand that a platform rugged, okay? So all the coins and all the fees, it was great until it wasn't. So again, we like VFAT, we like Orica, Turbo Finance, Uniswap. And again, Uniswap have 15 million users, okay? Bare minimum is 100K to 500K active monthly users. Obviously, the bigger the better, e.g. Uniswap. If your platform has 100 users, okay, you're playing with fire, because who is on there? The developer, you, and some of his mates and some random guys, they're going to rug, okay? And if they don't, they'll rug very, very soon. So again, you want to find minimum platform users, 100K. 50K is probably okay, but just understand bare minimum from us is 100K to 500K. Obviously, we use Uniswap, it's 50 million. Assets are pretty much 99.999% guaranteed. Probably safe in your bank account as long as you don't use your seed phrase, which is obviously very, very important. So what have you done? You've unlocked coins you like for this bull run. You've unlocked safe platforms that you like and trust, and APYs actually make a difference. Okay, so that's very, very important, because there's no point getting 1-2% per year. Complete waste of time, in my opinion. So if you can do all this, you unlock that freedom. You get the holidays whenever you want. You can fire the boss, get rid of the credit card, get rid of the overdraft, treat your family, and get results like Brock. And again, I give a quick plug, because hopefully I've gave you some value here. If you want to get a free call and let me manage this for you, completely free call, no hard sell. Although if you are a good fit, I will make you an offer, because I know you will get your money back for this investment. But it's a free call if you want to check it out. Book that. See you in the next video. Hopefully you got some value. Goodbye.